What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we diving into the new player challenge and how it's changed since when I last made a video about the new player experience when it comes to MTG Arena. Somewhere along the lines, I haven't played the game pretty much consistently since prior to summer, so it is definitely one of those things that I'm not sure 100% when this got updated, but I did notice it with the release of Wilds of Eldraine and me diving back into making content here on the channel that the new player experience has changed. So I wanted to dive in a little bit, kind of see what it was all about and kind of get an idea of, as a new player, is it for the better or the worse than where it once was? So let's just dive into the game and kind of see what it's all about. So diving into the game, the new player experience definitely has changed from where it once was. Before, it used to be this whole thing, you did the tutorial, then you did the color challenge, then you had to do a daily quest, and you only were able to do it once per day to slowly unlock the starter decks and some additional currency and some tokens to do some events after you completed all of that. And that was about it for the new player experience. What we have now is this whole streamlined quest that you don't have to wait daily for. You can complete it all in one sitting if you want to. You can do it over the course of a few days. You may have noticed this pop up also on your actual account. If you actually have not created a new account, there's this blue quest that's popped up next to the battle pass, and this will have some sort of objective to do. And this is actually tied to the whole new player experience. I don't know how far along it is on main accounts, but I'm at a part where I could do the Spark rank ladder, which is a different ladder that also got introduced with this whole new player experience. And the other cool thing about this is that if you click on this quest, it'll bring you to where you need to go to in game, which is definitely beneficial to a new player. But I'm at a point where the game kind of opened up for me. So before I actually got to this point in the quest, I didn't have all these features. So I actually just unlocked standard rank ladder, alchemy rank ladder, so on and so forth, as well as the play queue and the brawl queue. Before, I used to just have the Spark rank queue if I clicked the play button, or in events, I only had like these top 3 events and the rest of the events didn't even exist. Another cool thing they introduced in this whole process is that we actually have an area that are just designed for starter deck duels. This is how you kind of unlock your dual color starter decks. You do this event. Every time you get a win with a starter deck, you unlock that starter deck in your actual account. So you then get those cards added into your collection. You can get your 3 wins. You get a chance at a random rare or higher, and then you get a random cosmetic at the end. This event, you can't resign like other events and keep on doing it over and over again. The event is free, so you don't have to actually spend any currency to actually get in the event. But like I said, this event is definitely a good area if you're someone who's still new to the game, you're still learning. You can keep on doing this event with one starter deck to kind of get familiarized with that starter deck and kind of figure out if you like that starter deck or you move on to another one. If you ever want to change out the starter decks, you can just click on the starter decks and you have the option of swapping to any of the 10 starter decks that are in the game for the dual color starter decks and move and do a different one. And then keep on playing and so on and so forth. So this is another good area. I think that definitely has improved because before you had to do the quest to use like a deck of 2 different colors, play those spells of that color. But a lot of times you had to do it in the actual play queue or the rank queue. And then you usually got steamrolled by someone who was playing a meta deck or a much better deck overall quality wise. Now we have an area where you can just play starter decks against starter decks and not have to worry about that. So the next thing they added into the whole new player experience is this whole Spark rank ladder. This is a ladder specifically, it seems like, for just new players. I was able to play this ladder with just the starter decks I have unlocked so far, though I do have all of them, so I was able to play with any of them and not really have any trouble. You're also probably going to play against other players who only really have those cards unlocked as well, so you're never going to find someone really playing a really high competitive deck that you would normally see on the standard ladder or even the play queue. So this is definitely a much better area to play as a new player than even playing those modes, even when you unlock them, just because the matchups will probably be a little bit more balanced. It does seem like this will probably end at some point. I'm sure once you get to tier 1 of Spark rank, I'm at tier 3, it'll eventually go away, and then all you will have is the normal rank ladders and the play queue that you would have unlocked prior to this whole new update. But still, I do think this is definitely another good improvement for new players. So another area that was a little bit of a fear of mine that they changed since my last video on the new player experience was how you get free packs in game. Before, it used to be every time a set was released, there'd be a code that kind of went along with it. You would either enter that code in the store page on PC, or you had to go on a website on your mobile device, enter the code on your account page on the Wizards website, and do it that way. Now they introduced a mail system that all the packs now get sent to you in the in-game mail system, so both on mobile and PC now just get their packs there. No more codes to remember or enter in. My fear was with this system is that you would not get any of the packs that were sent to the mail before your account was created. So I created this account just last week. It does seem like I still get the older packs, which is definitely very good. Also to note here, the way the old codes still do work. So if you want some of the sets that were released prior to the in-game mail system, I'll leave a link down in the description below. It have instructions of how to actually input the codes in, whether you're on mobile and or PC, if you want to see that in a little bit more detail, as well as a whole bunch of codes to enter and to get a whole bunch of free packs. The reason why these packs are important, especially for a new player, is this is a very good way to build up your initial currency, because not just the packs themselves containing cards that you can use to play in Constructed in various formats and whatnot, these packs also have the chance of giving you wild cards as well. Each pack at a certain rarity slot can also be a wild card, which is definitely very beneficial. Every time you open up X amount of packs, you'll then get guaranteed wild cards of uncommon and rare rarity. And this rare rarity wheel, after X amount of packs are opened, you then have the chance of getting a guaranteed mythic wild card. Yet again, another very good option for new players, because outside of packs and opening packs from the store or drafts, these are really the only good ways you build up your collection. So this initial boost of packs is definitely very good for a new player. Closing out the video, overall, I do think this new player experience has improved for the better. I do think this whole streamlined quest system that kind of slowly introduces systems and features of the game slowly over the course of the quest is definitely more beneficial to a new player than how it used to be, where it used to just throw you into the play queue or the rank queue and have you figure it out from there where to go as a new player. I think introducing the game to you slowly is definitely beneficial, though I do think there's some areas of this whole system that can be improved. One of them being the whole how to use crafting and use the wild cards to build the cards you're looking for. I do think maybe if the game doesn't talk about it, it's not very obvious. As when I clicked on my decks and collection, Sparky really didn't touch on it. She does pop up, but she doesn't really mention anything outside this is where your collection is or this is where your decks are. If it is in the codex, the game doesn't really tell you to go to the codex to find out about more features. That this little book up in the top right hand corner only has a little dot on it until you read all the articles. It doesn't really, if you're someone who's just going to click the thing to read all the notifications but not really read the notifications, you're going to miss that. I do think that's some area they can touch upon. One of the other things too, there's no way to skip this process. So if you are someone who's an experienced player and just diving into MTG Arena for the first time, you're unfortunately, until you get to the step I'm at, you're unfortunately stuck in this whole new player experience, even if you don't want to be. So there's no way to speed run through it. Though I'm sure you could probably sit down, maybe take 3-4 hours, probably grind through it really quickly. But still, nonetheless, I do think this is overall improvement. Every time they iterate on the system, it always seems to have been for the better. So let me guys think down in the comments below. Do you like the new player experience? If you've done it, did you even know they changed it? Hit the like button if you like the video. If you're new here, you want to know I post new videos like this one here on the channel, hit that subscribe button. But until next time, I'll see you in the next video.